right. Here we are. I'm going to try this again. Let's start from the very beginning. I'm going to skip the actual intro to the game. If you want to see the intro, you can watch it on the original live broadcast of Blueprints that I did. Unfortunately, last time I streamed, my computer shut off, and due to that, the game didn't save. So I'm going to start a new game from here. Live broadcast of Blueprints that I did. Unfortunately, last time I streamed, my computer shut off, and here we are, starting day one all over again. To the entrance hall, we're going to read the letter. And this I read completely in the first video, so I'm just going through to make sure it's recorded in this save. Here we are, starting in the entrance hall. And let's go to the left to start. So the bedroom will give us 2 steps. The closet gives us 2 items, but it's kind of early for a dead end right here. Or we have the hallway. I'm going to go with that because we can go to the furthest left spot of the blueprint, plus have a door to go up if we need it. I'll be right back to the game, looking for something. That's not it. Ah, there's what I was looking for. Alright, back to the game now. So let's get this hallway. Oh, we're in the hallway, sorry. And I'm going to go straight through to get this corner room. Ten steps for the guest bedroom. A key in the nook. Or a dead end, which will give us a key, a gem, and some coins. I think we need these items here, the key, gem, and the coin. So we're going to do that. Grab the key. The coin. Alright, I will be right back. I just got paged by my child. I will return momentarily. Sorry about that, everybody. Sometimes it's hard being a mom and streaming at the same time. So over here I see a picture. We can look at it. We got a bluebird, a little bathing suit. Now in each room there's two pictures, and there's one letter different in the what's in the picture, and each spot in the blueprint, each square, is a different letter. So here in the storeroom we have this picture and we have this picture. Not quite sure what that picture is supposed to be in this moment, or what that one is. But, and then if you come back to the hallway, because I forgot to mention this earlier, we have pray and pry, and the letter difference is an A. So this spot on the blueprint is an A. Now we're going to go through this door of the hallway. We have a corridor that could take us up to the next level. The bedroom would take us to the left, and the closet would give us a dead end. But I think I'm going to go with the bedroom. It gets us over to that other left spot, and we'll get 2 more steps for going inside it. We'll lose a step for going in, but we'll also gain 2. And we got a trunk here, which is locked. Don't really want to use our keys on the trunks or things of that nature. We want to see if we can find the sledgehammer to break that open. So we're going to need the keys to unlock doors as we get more north in the house. A picture of a lady. Postcard from Reddington. This room's got the spiral staircase and the stars. So stairs and stars, the difference is an I. And I've also been told that we should pay attention to the chess pieces that are in rooms. So the bedroom has a pawn, and the chess pieces don't change from day to day when the rooms end up in different spots. Unlike the pictures, pictures will change. The letter won't. That's associated with that spot of the blueprint, but the pictures in the room will change so you can match it like that. Alright, so the parlor has a puzzle that allows you to get gems, but is essentially a dead end because of the way the doors are going to end up. The pantry will let us go up a level, sorry. And it has 4 coins, and the nook has a key, but again, that's going to end up being nothing more than a dead end. So we're going to go to the pantry. I apologize again. I need to step away again. And I'm back again. Alright. From the pantry, we got the West Wing Hall, which is nice because it gives us a door going up and a door going right. The Nook is nice because it's got a key, and it would let us go to the right. Though that's tempting, it's a dead end, and not willing to put one there because we'd have to go all the way back down to the entrance hall to continue at this point. So I'm going to go with the Nook because we have a key in there. Oh, before we leave the pantry, what are our... We have a plane and a plan, which is the letter E. Which, something to note is that this picture already tells you this room is an E. This room will always be an E. And wherever that picture ends up is an E. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Couldn't remember if I read that last time or not, so I thought I'd go ahead and do it. So here in the Nook we have a key to pick up, and it has a rook chess piece, and we have a rowboat and a crow. So row and crow, the difference is a C for this room. And what do we have here? Okay. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Now, I've been told the word beside being in a different font is noteworthy, and if we had a magnifying glass, I'd be able to show you this. We don't have one yet, but that actually gives you instructions on how to do a puzzle in another room. So out the door we go. The chapel has 3 doors. One of them will be blocked, but you also lose a coin every time you go through it. The guest bedroom again has those 10 steps, but I'm not willing to have a dead end. And the observatory is really nice. You get a star each time you draft the observatory, so every day, as long as you get the observatory in your house and you walk into it, you'll get a star. So we're going to use our gem to get that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up these stairs, because we need to get that telescope to look out that window over there. We're going to turn the wheel. Turn it again. That wheel is turned all the way, so we're going to go back down the stairs. And we're going to turn this wheel. I like to stand so I can see to make sure I'm turning it the right way. Need to turn it one more time. There you go. It's pointing out the window now. So now we can... Now we won't have to do this on any other quest a day. It'll stay in this position every time we come in. Click on the star. And we gained a coin today. Over here. The Fixed Stars, The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Finn Aries, Bird and Sons Publishing, 1809. Preface. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. And today we got the North Star for 1 gold. And this book goes through and shows you what each constellation gives you. So the next time we come in here, we'll have 2 stars, and when we look through the telescope, we'll find the twins, and those 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall, which is nice. Oh, I ended up giving us a dead end, which is okay because I wanted to get the observatory going for us. So we'll just make our way back to the entrance hall. And while I'm making my way to the entrance hall, if you're enjoying the video and the game, please like the video, and if you'd like to see me continue playing this game and doing my other hobbies, subscribe to my channel. It would be greatly appreciated by me. So here in the entrance hall we have a face card and an ace. Face and ace, the difference is an F. This door, well, I guess we could get our 10 steps, but we're still at 44, so I'm not too worried about that. The corridor is always left unlocked. I'm thinking from my experience it might be better to wait and have that one show up in a higher level, because as you get farther to the north you get more and more locked doors. So if the corridor is always left unlocked, it might be better to have that up there. So we're going to go with the spare room. Now we're not going to figure out any letters in this room because it literally is just a spare room that had been being worked on. So we're going to go through this door. Alright, so it wouldn't be horrible to take a dead end here to get 2 items, because this entrance hall still has a door to open. The parlor, though, does have a spot for gems in the void. Yay. I think I'm actually going to take the parlor. We'll see how well that works out for us. Alright, dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at the estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had seen indecent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with particulars of this game, and when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always yours, M. Lowry. So here's the rules to the game. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements, and there will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. So we have 3 boxes over here. Let me get we need this key to play the game. So there's these 3 boxes. One of them will always be true. One will always be false. Meaning there could be 2 true statements or 2 false statements. The gems could actually be in a false statement box. It doesn't have to be in a true box. The important part is 1 true, 1 false. Alright, so the gems are on the desk. Well, we know that's false because we know they're in a box. The gems are in this box. We don't know if that's true or not. The gems are on the floor. Okay, so we have two obvious false answers because we know the gems are in a box, so they can't be on the floor and they can't be on the desk. So we have two false, and we have to have one true. So the white box in this case is telling the truth. There we go. Now we have two gems again. In this room, it doesn't look like I'm seeing... Oh, no, there it is. It's a pawn. Do I have that already on my notes? Yes. Oh, right. This is the parlor. Yep, I do have the parlor written down. Gotta double check. And in this room, we have a stag and a tag. So it's the letter S. Okay. Next, we have the corridor. Again, I think that'd be better if we wait for that one to pop up in a higher level. So it's we know it's an unlocked door. The lavatory, I've been told, has a secret in it, but it doesn't have anything else in it. And the secret right now, I'm not in a hurry to try to figure out yet. Because that's just something I know from my husband playing the game as much as he has. He's actually made it to the antechamber and moved onward in the game beyond that. So I think we're going to use one of our gems to get the drawing room, because you may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. So when we go out a door, if we don't like the 3 that they give us at this point, you can one time recycle them to get 3 different rooms to pick from. So I'm going to choose that. Plus it gives us an up and a left door to go through. So this room is the drawing room. And it has a pawn in it. Now, and we have drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items in rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options, which is what this room allows you to do, is to redraw. Now, in this picture in the middle of the room, we see who I'm assuming is our great uncle, H.S. Sinclair, I believe is his name. And if you notice in this picture, he's sitting in that chair. And this thing here is down. So we're going to go over here. We're going to click on that. And it reveals a safe under this picture. I haven't figured out this one yet, but essentially it has to do with the pictures that are in this room. There is a room, I've been told, that will help us with that later on. So I'm thinking we're going to go into this door here. We got the guest bedroom again showing up, the chapel showing up. The nursery is nice because when you draft this one, when you draft a bedroom, you get 5 steps. And I think we're going to get that one. I mean, it takes a gem. We have 1 left, or we can redraw. Actually, I think maybe redrawing would be better. I mean, the chapel's nice because it would give us a room door up, but then its second door gets lost because of where it's going to be. So we're going to redraw these. Okay, so the laboratory came back, the corridor's back again. We got the security room. We're gonna have the same issue as we had with the chapel. The one door is going to be useless to us because it's up against the spare room. So it's one of the spare room's doors. But this is going to give us cut scene, and there's a terminal in there where we can look at things. So let's do that. Let's go with the security. Oh, and in this room, the pictures that we need for the letters are these two. Is a cart and a car. So the letters T. Almost forgot again. And cutscene. That's what we look like. In the security room. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Blue memos are true. Red memos are lies. Now if we have the magnifying glass, I can tell you right now, these little letters on here says unless written of hand or by hand, something like that. I haven't seen any red memos written by hand yet, but that's a good thing to know. Here, like this one is a red one, but it's not written in hand, so we're not going to read that. That's a false statement anyhow. Blue ones are true. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the state will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. And then we have our pictures of a bat and a bat. So this is an H. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live, out, and seasonal staff will be managed electronically, as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password has been crossed off. With the magnifying glass, I can tell you that that says Swan Song. So, over here to this terminal. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Alright, so here we can see if we missed anything in the house as far as items throughout the house. We do know we have that one trunk. I haven't missed it. It's just I'm hoping that we'll find a sledgehammer, go back to it. Card system. Set security level. on to low because we don't have a key card right now. Offline mode is locked right now. This mode determines the default setting. The security doors will be set to if power is lost during the blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. So we're going to say unlocked. Confirm it. And then log into the network. Now, like I said, I already know what the password is. The previous runs in my other game. Right password. Maybe it has to be capitalized. Ah, okay. I didn't realize that before. Staff services. The service has been temporarily disabled. As of November 4th, all work has been suspended at Mount Holly, and all domestic staff have been placed on an extended paid leave in accordance with the instructions left by the old man himself. See Mrs. Babbage for more detail. Staff announcements. Saturday, November 7th. I don't think anyone else has access to this network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we are all rooting for you. Your friends in faithful service. Okay. So again, schedule requests can't be done. We can do special orders. So brass compass, magnifying glass, metal detector. Metal detector is nice. It helps you find gems and coins and other things with metal. Running shoes, the shovel. I think I'm going to special order the sledgehammer. So we'll be able to find it in the commissary in a day or two. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to the electronic email account. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. A room we don't have yet. Data transfers. Yes, currently available. Okay. And then this is nice. Got a glossary of all the different terms. So, red room. Beware the rooms of red. They offer powerful expansion options, but come at a dangerous cost. Okay. So, all the different things in there. I'm gonna log out. Alright, so we only have one door option. We got the den, which is nice. I guess that gives us a gem. Got the guest bedroom again. The boiler room is a power source. And there's another room, I think it's the laboratory, that needs the boiler room because it needs a power source to be able to run one of the machines in there. But we don't have any gems right now, and this will give us 2 more doors to go through. And this room has a pawn in it. We have a lock and a clock. So the letter C for this room. And this room is over to the right 1 of the entrance hall and up 2 from there. So in case you're trying to follow along. I think I'm gonna go through this door first. See what we can get. So, got the chapel, which isn't horrible because it lets us go up and down from here. but we would lose a coin. Again, we're not up high enough for me to start worrying about locked doors yet, so I'm not going to put the corridor here. And it's kind of silly because the other door for the corridor is going right into the observatory. So then we have the courtyard, which is nice, but I think we'll wait for that one. I think I'm actually going to take this chapel. There we go. We went from 6 to 5 coins. There is a some people call it a bishop. I think it is. I think that's pretty much what it's called. I don't have that one written down yet. So the chapel is the bishop. Has a bishop, which kind of makes sense. It's the chapel for, you know, chapel, bishop. Thematic. Okay. So this is the door to go down. Yep. Let's go down so we can finish this level. So putting a closet here isn't a bad idea because, I mean, we've come all the way back around. And that door to the entrance hall will just end up taking us back to the chapel through whatever this room is. So let's just get the closet and see what items we end up picking up. Ooh, metal detector, nice. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. This is a nice little thing. The ivory die. While drafting, you may use to re-roll new floor plans. So it's kind of like being able to do what the drafting room does for us. But kind of like free of charge. So we're going to go back to the den, I think. And I think I want to come down to the drawing room to do the drafting into the square. I know we have the door here in the den. But this one would allow us to redraw the floor plans if we don't like them for what's going there. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the drawing room. So we have that option. Alright, so we got the guest bedroom again. I mean, we could do it. I mean, we still have the door in the chapel we can use. Corridor is always unlocked. More likely to draw green rooms. I'm not actually quite fond of any of these, to be honest, so I think we're going to use the room's ability of redrawing. So we got the East Wing Hall, which is fine, because that'll get us up. That's a complete dead end. But this one has a secret passage that will allow us to go up this here. But it is a gem. Let's use the East Wing to save our gem for them. In this room we have a peak and a P, so that's a K for this spot here. Did I forget to look at the doors in the observatory? Or the pictures in the observatory? I think I did. Huh. Oh well. Not a big deal. So we're going to go through this door. Now we're getting up there in levels. We are going to start seeing locked doors. We do have a key. We have 2 keys, actually. This has food for sale. Food gives you more steps, but we're still at 32. So it will let us go around to the next level. But the corridor would get us up into the 5th level. So yeah, let's do that. Because it's always unlocked, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so this is sand. And an and. So that's an S. We're up here. Okay. Our metal detector hasn't gone off yet, so we haven't got anything nice yet. Alright. So we've got the nursery. It would be a dead end. We'd have to come back around, lose another coin in the chapel. The kitchen, which again we could get steps. But the breaker box is needed if we come up with if we end up getting the gymnasium. We need to be able to have the gymnasium lights off, or we lose half of our steps going into that room. If the lights are off, though, you only lose your normal 1 step. Also, if we get the dark room, which is another red room, along with the gymnasium, they're both red rooms. If we get the dark room, when you walk in, the lights automatically go out, and you need the go to the utility closet and turn the lights back on in there to be able to find anything. Or we can re-roll. I think at this point, I'm just going to redraw these. Use our die. Alright, we can't get the veranda. We only got 1 gem. You need 2. The biller room. Yeah, I think that's the one we're going to get. It's got another puzzle in it. This one's a mathematical puzzle. Oh, metal detector. Coins. There. Now we got 9 coins. Very nice. Go in here. Alright, so this puzzle is a mathematical puzzle. So blue means addition, yellow is subtraction, there's like a pinky color that's multiplication, and then purple's division. So we have the 9 at blue, nothing else, so that's 9 plus 0, so it's 9. Now we got 3 plus 2, it's 5. 19 minus 14 is 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. And then 2 times 6 is 12. That should open it. Oh no. It's really making me work for this one. So we got 9 minus 7 is 2. Times 10 is 20. And that opens it. And yes, our metal detector goes off because there was 2 keys in front of us. So let's take a look around for a second. There are no chess pieces in here that I see. But we have a tent and a 10. So this is the letter T. This spot right here, right above the entrance hall, is a T. Nope, see, I told you, once we get up here a little ways, So we're on level 5. Now we're going to find more locked doors. Which is fine. We got 4 keys right now. So we're going to use this key. Guest bedroom. The boudoir. And then the nursery. Get 10 steps going into the guest bedroom. Whenever you draft a bedroom, you gain 5 steps. With the nursery, that would eat up our one gem that we have right now. Excuse me. And the boudoir. I'm going to do the boudoir. It's going to take us up another level, which most likely means another key. But I don't want a dead end in the middle of the house right here. I pay attention to whether my metal detector goes off or not. Okay, Christmas tree. And look, there's a safe here. Okay. There's a missing candlestick too, which I find interesting. I almost feel like that's significant somehow. Not exactly sure how. And here we have this. So, is that a chart and a cart? Which would make this an H. And we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's an H. So, chart and cart. And if we walk back over here, we find safe. And that was a Christmas photo with the safe in it. So let's do Christmas. Christmas's date. And here we got a gem. Very nice. Always use gems. It's an envelope with a number 4 on it. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible. But I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. Okay. Some family drama. Alright, time to go onward. Okay, so we got this lavatory again. Locksmith is nice because you can buy keys, but this passageway gives us 3 options, up, left, and right. So let's do that one. Cost us 2 gems, but I think it's worth it at this point. It's at a good spot too because of the fact that we have nothing on either side of it. So let's go this way first. Oh, it's not locked. That's nice. Alright, so the commissary, there's items for sale there, but it's just going to lead down to the wall of the billiard room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms, so I'm thinking we might want to have the nursery before we do that one, so we can get 10 steps instead of just 5 for drafting it. So I'm gonna go with the guest bedroom over here. It's on the side of the blueprint. Sure, we can't go up using it, but we have the passageway with 2 more doors, so we're good. Here. Oh, there's a gem on this table. And there's a letter over here. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evison, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. Alright. So does this room have a chest? Oh, it has a pawn. Do I have the guest bedroom down yet? I do not have that one written down yet. So, guest bedroom has a pawn. Okay. And then we got a coat and coast. So, coat and coast. An S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, now let's go straight. Let's stay on this level. Alright, this one's locked. So let's use our key. Alright, we only have 1 gem, so we can't get the office right now. So we need 2 gems. The laboratory, again, putting a dead end right in the middle of the house, I don't think it's very smart. So we got the archives though. It gives us 3 doors to go through. However, while drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. We'll still get 3 floor plans, but one of them will be in a file folder. So it's kind of a blind grab. So, but I think that's the one I'm going to take. Coins. Just take a look around. Lots of filing cabinets. Alright, we got a plane. Alright, plane is the one photo. Looking for another photo. Oh. And plane. Planet. Plane and planet. So this is a T. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marian Gold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book Swimbird had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's 2nd time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye, even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name for free from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. So, Mary, is that the niece that was in the letter that we read? And if it is, that means that Mary's our mother. Swimbird, our author, never considered herself success. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I'd always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime, and as soon as we ran out of books we owned, My imagination had to take over from there. Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed that book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard questioned. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, who Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance himself from the publisher this week. And then we have a picture of 2 men, Manning and White, at press function, it says. Was seen at the corner suspicious bag under, waved down a locals. This is the 3rd major something last year. It is anticipated, charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. The trial begins on, expected to last up to with grand treason. So I wonder if we'll get the rest of this article at some point. No traces discovered of Cinca Harris, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories were written under the pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived home, and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. Excuse me. It's an out-of-character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Aries have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the autocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds, dredging for clues. Then we got a picture of a building with people gathered around outside. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is a renowned ruby crown of Orinda Aries, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historical value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. that's all we have so far on this. That's interesting, to say the least. So, thinking, not that door. We want to go down for a minute. No, we got to use a key to get out. Go down. Alright, so the gymnasium. Oh, it's not the gymnasium. You lose half. There is a red room, though. You lose 2 if you enter the gymnasium. Got food for sale. Or we can go to the archive floor plan. I think I'm going to do that one. Because though the kitchen is good, I'm hoping that we get not a red room, but another room like the red room that will give us a down. And then to the loft as well. So, we'll see. Nope. This is the bunk room. This counts as 2. Oh, we got something. Oh, coins. More coins. Got something else. Oh, more coins. So we got more video game. Trills of Viera. The Trinsdale Mystery. We have 2 black pawns here. Pawn pieces. I have this written down, and I actually did make note that they're black pawn pieces, because all the others are either gray or cream. I don't know yet if that's a significance, that the ones in this bedroom in particular are black pawn pieces. Now let's take a look at this. Look at this. This is so cute. It's a little hamster. He's gonna come over and say hi. Hi, little guy. How are you? So, over here. Got a journal of some sort. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys and I will not have to share my room. I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book, even though he is older. He is a crybaby. Today's a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I still would rather have had a sister. And he had crossed out above that last line. I wouldn't have it any other way. And then congrats on the diploma and welcome home, Simon. And in this room, we have a tiger and a tear, which means the letter is a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what I have on my notes from my previous run in my own personal game. So now we're going to go back up into the archive, and I think we're going to go through this door next. Dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting this room. This is the one that I said as soon as we walk into it, the lights will turn off. like, no way around it. And because we don't have the utility room, we can't turn them on. So I think I might want to go to the workshop instead. So I'm going to go to workshop. Nope, here we go. What appears to be a broken lever could prove to be useful. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. There's an A there. We can combine different items. I don't think anything that I have is gonna, no. Things I have don't work to make anything new. I've never been able to make anything new, actually. The true box does not always contain the prize. That's what I was explaining when we were in the parlor where that box puzzle is. We're going to continue going this way. It was our last key. This day may be coming to an end. So we got the archive floor plan, which we have no idea what it's going to be. The kitchen. I don't think that's going to be helpful. I've never had the mailroom before. It says a package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. So let's draft it. See if there's anything. Oh, order places then. I wonder what I'm getting. Oh, there's a note. Okay, so here's a handwritten note in red. So this one is true. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. Ooh. There's something written tiny down here. But I can't see it, which means we need a magnifying glass when we come here again. What's this? Utility room fuse box. Press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. Okay, which means I need to get into the office, because the office is where the email can be accessed on that terminal. So this is I'm going to make this note. So I'm not going to be moving from the screen for a moment. Utility room fuse box. Okay. So you press any button to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple, and then 5 purple indicators are needed to activate these 6. Okay. Alright. So this is something new for me. I haven't seen this room before. I haven't seen these notes before. That's why I had to take a moment and write everything down. And continue looking around a little bit. There's a clock up there. Oh, we got wheat. No. Grain and rain, which would be a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I have that already. So that's a G for the mailroom. Oh. Simon P. Jones. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on this state with exploration, opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor. Be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator, Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing Iggy blocks. Durigi blocks. Okay. Interesting. There's something like Minecraft. I think that's everything in here. Alright, let's go back to the archives now. And this door. It's locked. Let's go to the passageway. Maybe that final door isn't locked. Oh, what's this door? That's the door we just at. Oh, here we go. Got myself turned around in a room. Oh, this one's not locked. Got a wine cellar with 3 gems. That's not really going to help us. This is a complete mystery, and we're probably going to need a key to get beyond it, just because of how far up we are in the levels. So I think we're going to use our gem to go into the walk-in closet, hoping that one of these items is a key. And it is. I can see it already. Oh, there's a black pawn in here, too. Ooh, lockpick kit. We'll occasionally be able to unlock some normal doors. Very nice. So we got a fan and flan. So that's an L. I don't think I have this one yet. I think I'm actually getting a little higher on this one day. This is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have this one. So what did we say? Flan. And oh, there's another item. Fan. So that's an L. 6, L. First time you enter each bedroom with a sleep mask, you gain 5 feet. So the first time you go, pretty much when you open it up. We got another picture to look at. Kind of freaky to have a reflection in the mirror. Yes, me. Anyway, so we now have a key and we have a lockpick. So let's go back to the archives because it's the only place we have a door. Oh, we have a door down in the chapel. How many steps do we have? 26. Actually, let's go back to the let's go back down to the chapel and see if we can get some keys and stuff down here. So most likely that's not going to cost us anything other than the steps it's taking to get there. Dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 is reached. So that's actually not a bad room. Because we're already in level 7, in rank 7. Because each level is a rank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So we're close to there, so we can come back to the dining room and get more steps if needed. Plus it gives us walkway each way. So let's do that. And who knows? We might find something with our metal detector too. Pot in the dining room. I think we already got that. There's a gem. Stage and Sage. I think I already have this one. Yeah. So it's the letter T for the dining room. Well, this time for the dining room. For this square on the blueprint. Breaker box. We want the foyer before we get this. Let's go with the breaker box. Because we can come in here. Oh, there's a key. Very nice. And we're going to turn off the gymnasium. Turn on the garage. Now the dark room I'm not going to bother because it's going to turn off whether the breaker box is, where the breaker box is with it. And in here we have a coat and a cot, which is a letter A for the utility location here. Now we're going to come over here. Going to try our lockpick first. Nope, we're not able to unpick this lock. Laboratory, dark room, or an archived. I'm going to go archived because I really don't want a red room. Okay, what did that do first? Gave us the kitchen. Kitchen, we have a fire and a fur. That's an E. banana for 2. Club sandwich for 8. Tomato soup. Ooh. 5 steps for every red room in my house. That's 15. Just for the club sandwich. I think we're going to do a club sandwich. How many red rooms do we have? 2, so that would be another 10. And this is what's going to be available in the dining room if we make it to level 8. And if we have an aquarium, we'll get an additional 10. So, it's kind of nice. Okay, we're up to 36 steps. Do we want to... Yeah, let's get the soup too. The tomato soup, because that was 10 steps because we had 2 rooms. Alright, now, especially seeing how now we gotta go down, back around, up to the archives to continue. I swore I heard my metal detector go off. Ooh, my lockpick worked that time. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna go with archived. Alright, after we go in here and look around, I'm gonna be having to call it a day because I have no more rooms to be able to go into. But that's okay. And of course, we just got 5 because we entered into a bedroom for the first time and we had that eye mask. So right here we have a mug or jug, can. This one's an interesting one. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right up the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So according to mine, I say it's an A. Oh, pint and paint. Jeez. Tell I don't drink very many pints, right? Alright. Staff notice. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have had an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave. It must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Mrs. Babbage. You don't want anybody here. Now the thing about this room is if we were going further, it would be less likely to find items lying around your house. So, there is that. Entry laundry basket. Family. Wonder who all they are. wash basin. Nothing else here. So we've done good. We made it all the way up to level 7. Level 4 and 5 have a couple of missing rooms. If I'm remembering correctly, we'll have the red envelope still here in day 2. We'll still have credit for the 1 star, but everything else gets reset. Nothing will be in our inventory. We will have coins, gems, keys, and our steps will be reset to 50 to start with. So, wonder what this square is for. It's interesting. So I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to call it an end for this stream. Been streaming for a little over an hour and a half, so I think this is a good place to stop for right now when I'm calling the day 1 finished, because unfortunately we have nothing but dead ends anymore. Nothing more we can do right now. So the recap the game gives us says it's Mount Holly Respectable Inn. There's 6 bedrooms. Total rooms is 30. Reached rank 7. We took 60 steps and found 5 items. Actually, that's really not that bad for day 1 in the game. My first game, and nowhere near those type of stats. So I'm going to click exit and save and quit. If you did enjoy this stream, enjoyed this video, watching me play this game, go ahead and click that like button, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what can I improve on. Let me know how my audio is. Let me know how the video was. I'm new to this and I'm trying to improve. So again, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time for day 2 in Blueprint.